What's going on, guys? Dawko back again. Hope you're fantastic today, and welcome back to a security breach news video. A nice little video for you guys today where we're going to be talking about the upcoming patch preview for February. So Steelwall are currently working on security breach bugs and fixing some things. On launch, when people played security breach, there were some bugs found and some big issues, and Steelwall are trying their best to work on them right now. Steelwall posted an update about what's going to go on with the patch and everything, what's going to be fixed. And I also have some news about the DLC as well, which I'll talk about at the end. Security breach has done extremely well, guys. Like, it looks like this is the biggest ever Fnaf launch ever. Steelwall are doing the right thing at the moment. You know, they're trying their best to get some fixes in, and it looks like they're going to be working on the DLC soon as well, which is great because it's going to keep people hyped into security breach if they keep releasing new things. So that's really exciting. First off, we get to see Glamrock LP. So let's have a read of the announcement and let's talk about it. Ray McCaffrey here with a quick update on what's been going on over here at Steelwall. Specifically, details about our first major patch and what y'all can expect when it's released in early mid-February. Early mid-February, which is crazy. You know, that could be in 2 weeks' time that this patch is going to be released for the game. When we were evaluating what changes needed to be made, we looked at two categories: serious bugs that slipped through the cracks for launch, and quality of life improvements we've seen the community rally behind. We will be generating a comprehensive list of changes for the patch notes when it's ready. But in the spirit of transparency, we'd like to give everyone a heads up. So it looks like in the future they're going to release a full list of patch notes on what they've been working on. First category is bug fixes. Serious performance and visual fixes for all platforms, with the most notable improvements appearing on the PlayStation 4. So I saw that as well. People who got security breach on the PlayStation 4, visually it was not good. I think that was because the game wasn't optimized well enough. So when they put it onto the PlayStation 4, all they really did was just lower the graphics as much as possible, so the game doesn't run bad on the PlayStation 4. So it looks like they are improving that a lot. Not all of the issues have been addressed, like hitches that occur outside of moment-to-moment gameplay between attractions, but we think you'll be happy with the steps we've taken towards an overall better experience. We have made changes to jump scare functionality to prevent issues like getting jump scared during the game's credits. That happened to me, and characters disappearing during a jump scare. I think what happened during the Afton ending is, while the credits were running, like, the game was still running in the background, and that's why I got jump scared, because if you think about it, it's just Gregory stood in a room with the credits over the screen. So the animatronic still walked in and jump scared me, and that's why I died. So it looks like they fixed that. We fixed issues with the world improperly loading and unloading. The most egregious example we fixed is the possibility of unloading the entire world when entering Freddy. When I was going to the Fazcade, where DJ Music Man is, the world didn't load properly and it was just an empty void. And if you went in, you'd fall through the map. It looks like they fixed that. I know some people have had those issues as well when they're loading into the atrium or loading into a different area where it needs to load in. It doesn't load properly, and you open the door and it's just a black void, and you just see some, you know, there's doors around and you see the staff bots roaming around on a void, and then you just fall through the map. Additionally, we have fixed edge case bugs like missions not triggering. A specific series of events occur in a specific order, getting out of bounds under certain conditions, and certain exploits. Get your fun in while you can. I think the biggest example of this is the Vanny ending. You can actually click through the gate at Fazablast early, and you can press the button early and get the Vanny ending. And again, like, missions not triggering properly. That's probably like the Roxy Raceway robot head. You can pick that up later on again, and, you know, you can save your game after 6 a.m, stuff like that. The second category is quality of life improvements. We have added a single save station in the atrium for overtime, allowing you to save between end game events. So that is really, really good, because the biggest complaint from a lot of people, including me, was when you get past 6 a.m, you can't save. Although it made it very challenging, I think it was too much for some people. You know, to get the Afton ending, you need all of the upgrades for the animatronics, right? So you would have to go and beat Chica or Monty without dying. And if you died during all of that sequence, which is like roughly about an hour long and pretty challenging, if you died, you'd have to do it all again. So it looks like Steel will have listened, and they're going to add one save station in the atrium that you can use to save post-game. I still feel like that still makes it a little bit challenging as well, because it's the only save station in the whole Pizzaplex that works after 6 a.m. So I think that's still fine. Our goal was to make unlocking certain endings more difficult. We succeeded. Yeah, you did. But at the expense of the fun. We hope more folks pursue the game's endings with these improvements. I think that's I think you've done great there. You have added a save station in the atrium that people can use after the post game, but it just makes a lot of people's lives easier, a bit easier being able to save instead of glitching it to get the save stations instead. One thing to say though is that I think you need to tell people that there is a save station at the atrium, because new people who are not going to see this, you know, announcement post are not going to know that there's any save stations that they can use. So I think at the ending, you should just add like a help pop-up and just say, you know, this is the post game. Try and get the other endings. The save stations do not work, however, apart from one save station that is in the atrium. Say something like that, just so people know that you can save, but it's just in one certain place. We've extended the skip cinema system to include cinematic moments like the sun and moon transformation sequence in the daycare. If you kept getting killed by Moon during the Moon segment, you can skip that cutscene now, so you don't have to keep playing it over and over again. We have looked at ways to better telegraph goals and paths forward. For example, the colours of the cables in the daycare now use the same colour system that we use in parts and service, so that it's a little easier to get through that sequence. More help on how to actually beat parts of the game, which is good, because I know some people got stuck at certain parts not knowing what to do. We've done a first pass of reducing the game's overall size on disc. So they mentioned that in the interview, that they're going to try and make the game smaller because it is a big download. We have also made some overall balance changes to things like the burn trap boss battle and hiding spots. With the Afton burn trap fight, it looks like they've made things more balanced. I think that might be to do with the blob's tentacles. Everything else I thought was fine. It was just the tentacles were there was too many tentacles, and it was difficult to get to the switches without getting jump scared. Again, these are high-level descriptions. The patch notes will be more granular. We've got a final version of the patch in test now, and so far it looks promising. We are going to be taking our time to make sure it's solid, which is why you won't see it released for a bit. Thanks for taking the time to read this, and we will keep everyone up to date with any other plans and changes you should know about. So there you go, guys. Those are all the patches so far. Like Ray has said, the patch notes will be more granular to give you the actual specifics on what's been changed and stuff in the game. But so far, it's looking good. Steel will are trying really hard to improve the game's performances and fix bugs, etc. So it's looking good. Now, one other thing that I need to talk about while they've been patching the game and stuff is that apparently, according to people who have checked like the Steam change list and stuff for the game, the devlog or whatever it's called, Steel added something called Fnaf 9 DLC shipping. And then it blew up on Twitter. Everybody was talking about it, and big rumors about it. Rumors spread. Does that mean that Steelwool is working on the DLC while they are patching and fixing the game? It is possible. And it does look... I mean, why would they call it FNAF 9 DLC? If it's not DLC, if it's just patching things. It's sus, isn't it? It's a bit sus, in a good way. So it does look like, guys, I don't want to overhype things and spread rumors, but it does look like Steelwool. It looks like Steelwool are already working on the DLC. And if I was to predict when a DLC would be out, if they're working on it now, I would say around summertime, or even less than that. We've got a bright future ahead of us, I think, for Security Breach. I think the DLC is going to be amazing, and these patches and fixes are going to improve everybody's lives playing the game as well. The DLC, oh man. I've already gave my ideas on what I'm hoping the DLC is going to be about. You know, bring back Glamrock Bonnie, more Vanny, more Origins on the Blob, and, you know, Burn Trap and Glitch Trap and Vanessa. Just all of those. Maybe playing as a different kid in the past as a prequel. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure Steel will have got some good ideas. So those are all the patch notes, guys. And rumors of DLC have been spreading, which is really exciting too. So I hope you enjoyed this little news video about it. Take care, lots of love, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.